Good afternoon, students. I welcome you all to a new unit, BABAR Ali. Review, a report, an article. We can call it as an article also. And here it is prescribed to us as a lesson here. Yes. Under the title called BABAR Ali. So this is the sixth unit in the text, and for us, as the board has removed the other some 4 of the units from our text. So the fifth unit was the poem of D.H. Lawrence, Money Madness. But now here it is, this article was published by Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma. Yes, Samarpita. I'll just Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma. Okay. She is the person behind this chapter. Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma. And let us see what is the main theme or the source or background for this story of Samarpita here. Yes, dear students, to know this as a duty, here we will begin with the discussion of the information about the contributor of this information, that is the author, so who is Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma. Dear student, a young volunteer, a journalist, a writer, Samarpita has worked hard to release this article, to write this article. And now it has made as a textbook for us, a chapter to study for our state board first PU students here it is. So, look at and open page number 50, where you have information about the writer of this lesson. Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma is Associate Creative Editor of Youth Leader India, the India chapter of Youth Leader magazine. She is a member of the dynamic, action-oriented online magazine network focusing on groundbreaking positive change initiatives, portraits, tools and more. So this is her area of work. Who's Samarpita Mukherjee Sharma? And it's how, as an editor of a magazine or a youth leader magazine, so she has worked hard to collect this information and to conduct interview with BABAR Ali here. And it is a chapter or a writing based on the real incident which happened in the life of BABAR Ali. Himself has created a history, and he created a world record in becoming an educator or a social worker or a reformer who helped the downtrodden people to have education, and also who was the youngest headmaster of a school in the world. That is the name, achievement he has achieved in his life. Oh, Babar Ali. At the too young age, he became an headmaster. So, we'll look at the pre-reading activity, students. Okay, page number 45 here. Babar Ali. Okay. And one of the scoring chapter also deals with the biography of a young boy, Babar Ali, and about his hard work and about his achievement and becoming a headmaster, okay, at the earliest young age as such. Pre-reading activity. Okay, dear students, open the textbook, page number 45, and look at the pre-reading activity here. Do you know of people who have brought about a transformation in the lives of their fellow beings? Yes. If you know any such personalities or people who have brought about a transformation, a complete change in the lives of other people or the people of the world or a nation or a particular place, you can recall, you can memorize yourself and bring it to our notice, or you can discuss among yourself or your friends in order to understand correctly everything about Babar Ali's achievements here. Yes? Is there anybody who have friends or knew your relatives or friends or someone who is on whom you might have read in magazines, books, or in any watched in the media, mass media as such, so you can recall. And if you have such things, bring to our notice, my notice, so that we can discuss and discuss among ourselves and see whether what are the things that made them to achieve those things and what is his background. Everything will be discussed so that it will help us in understanding such lessons or texts properly. Okay, then next point here. And recall and get those things, things similar to this themes, and you can discuss with your friends. So this is the pre-reading activity. So a homework for us today is this. So now there is a picture given in your textbook. You can see how Babar Ali is, and you can see there is a huge crowd of students, kids, small children in the open veranda, a place there where Babar Ali instructing, guiding, training, or you can call is teaching these small children, young children here. So now coming to the lesson here. See, there are people who have influenced us a lot. Okay, in different fields for that matter. See, patriotism, soldiers of our nation. Indian independence, the people who have died and sacrificed their life in order to free India. So, fought against the Britishers to get the freedom and to chase them out. So many people have sacrificed dead, okay, in this moment of violence, isn't it? So there are so many people like Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev, Lala Rajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, okay, Subhash Chandra Bose, so many, Mahatma Gandhi ji. So there were so many people behind this success. There is a hard work, a sacrifice of hundreds, thousands of people, lakhs of people behind this freedom. In order to get the freedom from the clutches of the British rule, in order to make them leave our nation, there is a sweat of so many kind-hearted patriots, citizens of India, poor, rich, all sorts of people's hard work, sweat, sacrifice is there. Not only the names that we know today, that I mentioned, now there are so many things to say or to recall. Imagine a moment like Jallianwala Bagh incident that took place in the same place in Punjab. Still you have that place preserved for people who travel, tour and wanted to have the glimpse, proof of that particular place, Jallianwala Bagh. And the walls were with holes of bullets, where General Dyer and the sepoys of India have continuously shot at our people who have gathered to discuss about a subject or a topic among them. So these innocent people includes women, girls, small children, aged ones, everybody were there. Without noticing or understanding this, a General Dyer, a British officer, a man, has ordered firing onto them. So now, okay, sorry for the interruption here. Now recall the efforts and difficulties faced by those people. It is Vivekananda. It is so many other people who have worked hard, starved and got us freedom. Isn't it? So, it is that kind of things. They have brought a complete transformation in the lives of the people of the country there. They have guided us guided us to follow the right path in our life. Dayananda Saraswati, Vivekananda, Rajarama Mohan Rai, isn't it? All those people have their share in molding the tradition, culture of our nation. Isn't it? And as it progresses, there were so many people who have contributed, who have sacrificed their hard work, okay, their money, their property, their life, everything for the sake of the betterment, development of our nation and of our people as such. Isn't it? So, it is not that kind of incident that we have in our text or chapter here. It is a story about a young man, young boy, at the very early age of his life, has worked hard, or is a very broad-minded kid or a boy who has the patriotic sense of helping others by doing wonder, adventurous by taking the decision of one of the difficult decision to educate people, to educate the poor people who can't afford to pay for their basic education as such. So that is Babar Ali here. So children, look at the text here, page number 45. Babar Ali. Babar Ali must be the youngest headmaster in the world. Yes, must also is there. Means according to the information, I think to declare that it has to be proper information there. So they have declared and wrote, published that he is the youngest headmaster in the world. No doubt it is right and he did it, isn't it? So now, Babar Ali must be the youngest headmaster in the world as he is only 16. So at the age of 16 years. 16 years. So headmaster, he became headmaster of a school and youngest in world. In the world, and it is a Guinness record also. So now, as he is only 16, he is a teenager who is in charge of teaching hundreds of students in his family's backyard, where he runs classes for poor children from his village. So this was the work, a decision or aim of this youngest headmaster who is called Babar Ali here. Dear students, listen carefully and follow my reading the text here. Observe the pronunciation, and if I commit any mistakes there, make a note of it and inform me. And if you have any doubts, there is an option in your mobiles. You can question, you can send your queries or questions through mobile to me, where I will try to give you the solutions, answers for your doubts as such. Okay. Now, so in such a small age, less age of 16 years as a teenager. See how broad he is in thinking, how forward or progressive in the life he is, and what a patriotism that he had, or a cool, humane thoughts towards the downtrodden or the poor people of his village who are outside the school, having no facilities to get education. They can't afford to pay for their education. It is such is the condition of these people in his village, Babar Ali's village, where he had watched them, observed their lifestyle, and reacted to their emotions and feelings, and decided to educate them. Decided to give them the free education. It doesn't mean that he is very rich here to give free education. It doesn't mean that he had so many people to help in his family, or people who can support him very well in the initial period. No. See the courage, the daring, the adventurous attitude, the skill of Babar Ali here. Then, as he is a teenager who is in charge of teaching hundreds of students in his family's backyard, where he runs classes for poor children from his village. The story of this young man from Murshidabad in West Bengal. So, remember these places here. Murshidabad. In West Bengal is a remarkable tale of the desire to learn amid the direst poverty. So where is it? District West Bengal is the state. Yes. And it is a remarkable, a very famous, a historical, you can say, an event, where you find the boys' desire to learn amid the direst poverty. Yes. Utter poverty. The people of these people in this village, in his village, are very poor. In order to earn their livelihood, they have to work very hard in the fields as such. So such is the poverty, very much poverty in a village. The people were suffering like anything. So all these things were observed by this child or man or a boy, Babar Ali. The story of this young man, from Murshidabad in West Bengal is a remarkable tale of the desire to learn amid the direst poverty. Our Bangladesh-based youth leader, volunteer, Tanveer, would like to introduce you to this extraordinary change maker, who has brought this article, information. It is Tanveer. Okay. Who is he? Bangladesh-based youth leader, volunteer. Bangladesh-based youth leader, volunteer is who? Tanveer. And Babar Ali was given a term called an extraordinary change maker. Who is this? He. Yes. Change maker. See the title he coined to mention this boy. Extraordinary change maker. Who? Babar Ali. Who says this? Or who brought him to limelight? Tanveer. Who is Tanveer? He is a Bangladesh-based youth leader, volunteer. So maybe he was working in that particular magazine as a youth leader. Youth leader is a magazine and he is a volunteer of that. And he brought out, he found this man, boy, Babar Ali, working like this, has changed, and he says that, and interviewed and collected the information about Babar Ali and brought him to limelight. Means, so today most of the people who have read this article so knows who is Babar Ali. Then turn the page. Babar wakes up every morning at 7 and starts his day by doing some household chores. So the daily routine of this boy, that is Babar Ali here is. Every day he used to wake up at 7 in the morning, early morning. And he starts his day by doing his household chores. Then he takes an auto rickshaw first and later walks 5 kilometers to the Kasim Bajar Raj Govinda Sundari Vidyapit, where he is a class 12th student. Yes, imagine. Waking up at 7 o'clock and doing other household works there, cleaning everything. And then he used to take an auto rickshaw first, then he used to get down from the auto rickshaw, then he has to walk 5 kilometers to his college there. 5 kilometers every day. See, it is 5 kilometers to and fro. So morning he walks 5 kilometers to the college and evening again 5. Then after that he has to walk 5 kilometers to reach the spot where he gets auto rickshaw to his village. So imagine the boy used to walk 10 kilometers a day in order to get his education. And the college was Kasim Bajar Raj Govinda Sundari Vidyapit. Remember the name, remember the distance, remember the auto rickshaw, remember the extraordinary change maker. And Tanveer, Bangladesh based youth leader volunteer, Murshidabad, West Bengal. The age at which he became the youngest headmaster. All these are important. And this is one of the difficult chapter where you can guess 1 mark questions here, because it is vast. Because there are so many people or characters, okay, introduced, presented in this story, and magazines and time and other things in which were the achievements of Babar Ali here. So now dear students, so along with his studies, that is a student of class 12, after his class hours, he used to run the school for poor people or student children there in his village. Babar is the thin and gangly boy who sits in the middle of the front row. He is studious, smart and austere in his blue and white uniform. Babar is a model student. Yes, he is a very disciplined, studious to his college. He looks smart and is with his austere in his blue and white uniform. He looks very smart, very decent in his uniform, and is the first one to be good disciplined student of the class or the model student of that particular institute. He is also the first member of his family to get a proper education. And imagine, he is the first member in his family who is getting education here. No other child of Babar Ali, no other children in Babar Ali's family have never got any education here, and he is the first and the last. See how lucky in that case he is. Or you can imagine what sort of attitude that he has towards education here. Because to achieve things, one thing, he has to make up his mind. He has to work hard. He has to have the intention or interest in studies. Then only one can continue it or do it, isn't it? So it is that kind of character or thirst of having education of Babar Ali made him to get education in his family. Then and he always sits in the middle of the front row. Remember, see, there are so many points which confuse us. So that is why serious reading is required here to remember all the incidents here. All the facts, all the dates, all the characters as such. All the villages or the name of the people who helped him and teaches in this school. Now, coming to the next part. In school, he is an ideal student, but it is what he does after his school hours that intrigues the entire world. What will be a big disturbance or curiosity or surprise in the life of Babar Ali, which makes us surprised, is what he does after school hours. That one will disturb us. That one will tilt our emotions about this man, our boy. What was it? Look at it. Entire world, he says. The entire world will feel surprise, feel wonder about Babar Ali by his hard work or the achievement that he had achieved. The things or the work that he does after his school hours. That is what the author means here. So, when every other teenager goes running off to the playground and gets busy with football, cricket and other sports, Baba makes his way to an afternoon school where he is the headmaster of a school of 800 students. How many students? 800 students. The initial period or beginning of his school, there was the list of the attendees of students who are attending the Babar Ali school was 800, and at the age of 16 years he became the world's headmaster of that his own school, creating a record here. Then see once again, when every other teenager goes running off to the playground. Yes, see, during the teenage, what we will do, what you will do. You do everything except reading and writing, isn't it? Studies. Why? Because you are attracted towards play, sports and games, isn't it? So, all the children, they rush towards these things, to play, to run, to dance, that different sports and games. But Babar Ali, he never turned towards that direction. Soon after his college time, so he used to come, and so he comes towards the way where he had a school, afternoon school, and where he works as an headmaster of that school of 800 students here. So this makes the world amazed, surprised, wonder. So this is the thing that the author is telling us here. So now, dear students, think of the wonderful personality, character of Babar Ali here. And the way he had the ideas in his mind, the matured ideas in his mind. And look at the population of our country and the achievements made by our people as such. See, if a boy or a man can make up his mind to look into the matters like this, to change his village, to change his house, to change his district, taluk or state, so we can improve the condition of our nation and make them, it becomes the top of the world. Already our culture, tradition, practices, everything are at the top of all the countries in the world. But to make it at the top, we have to develop ourselves, as well as we have to follow our traditional, historical, the rich knowledge, and bring it to our life and make it practical and show it to the world that we stand first, that we can do wonders, that we can be the top of the world. See the age of Babar Ali here. But Today, our life is moving towards what? To make money, to make property, in whatever means that it may be, whether it is a back to the people, to a particular people, or to the nation, whatever it may be. He never bothered about that. So, whatever it may be, whatever injustice it may be, inhuman it may be, illegal it may be, injustice it may be, so he wants property. So he want to make money. He wanted to pile the checks of money as he wished. There is no end to that. There is no end to the desire, wish of man in collecting, in piling up his richness by collecting money. So that is the thing that today's generation has. But whereas people like BABAR Ali didn't have that quality or practice here. See, since he is disciplined, he is the good student of the institution or college and has the good knowledge of the test or whatever he reads there, he could have become something else. He could have gone to the city to get a higher education, and by having a good education he could have become a professional, a very good professional and earn money for his family. But he is born in a poor family, isn't he? But he doesn't have that kind of attitude or practice or belief or desire in his life. Why? Because he has seen, he has observed the people suffering like anything. He has seen the small children going out of their houses to work in the fields, to help their mothers, to help their fathers, washing the dishes, clothes and other household work. And they are adding a little income to the family. And these sufferings of these poorest people, downtrodden people, make BABAR Ali to change his mindset and set a goal like this to provide them a free education to these people. So dear students, think about it. If we move towards spirituality, philosophy of life, I think there is nothing in life. And in the same way you can come to a conclusion that the life has everything to make man's creation or life better one, happier one as such. So both these things are there. So this is what spirituality means. If you want to make this world happy, yes, it is a happy world. If you want to make this world as a, what's sad or sorrow or bad, yes, you can have that also. So it's up to you, man. It's up to you, the people of the world. And if it's up to you to make your life happy or bad. So that is why when he observed, when he saw the people suffering, the children in these poor families suffering, and they have economically very backward, they can't afford to send their children to the schools because they have to spend money for many things there, books, bags, uniforms, pens, all those things, so they can't do it. So he observed and he understood their feelings and emotions, and he planned, sat and thought and came out successfully in implementing an idea, his plan to provide them free education here. So what a great, amazing, adventurous thinking that Babar Ali had in such a small age. Okay. And he became a headmaster of a school where it has the strength of 800 here. So now, I think it is the time to wind up the class here. So we are in page number 46, dear students. So in the next part of the story or the lesson, the author has given us something like what subtitles. He has categorized, divided the achievements or the happenings of Babar Ali's life, or his aims, decisions, achievements have been given in subtitles here. Like, see, first subtitle we have here is Welcome to Babar Ali School. So the author is going to speak about the school of Babar Ali. And the next one, the author has mentioned Ananda Shiksha Niketan. So he is going to provide information about that. And the next subheading we have here, meet some pure, good, kind souls. The people who have helped him a lot are given under this subtitle. The last subtitle where he mentioned and a little bit interactions with Babar Ali were given here, and the the list of achievements of Babar Ali were given in this chapter. So we will continue them in the next class here. Till then, take care, bye, have a nice day.